Off Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Thanks to Lakeland University for being a part of the leadoff show all season long. And thanks to Charlie Usen for hooking it up here on the video side of things. I'm sure, everyone was screaming at it. It's all right. We're fixed now. Lineups today for the Brewers and Tigers. First off, Kevin McGonigal going to start things off at third base for Detroit. Gleyber Torres at second base will bat second. Jahmai Jones is batting third, and he is the DH. Riley Green in left field will bat fourth. Spencer Torkelson at first base will bat fifth. Wenzel Perez is in center field batting sixth. Kerry Carpenter in right field will bat seventh today. Javier Baez, the shortstop, will bat eighth. Jake Rogers is catching. He will bat ninth. Now for the crew. Bryce Terang at second base will lead things off. William Contreras is catching. He will bat second. Jake Bowers at first base will bat third. Gary Sanchez, the DH, bats fourth today. Garrett Mitchell in center field batting fifth. Brandon Lockridge in left field will bat sixth. Sal Frelick's in right batting seventh. David Hamilton's at third base. Joey Ortiz rounds things out. He will bat ninth, play shortstop for the crew. Milwaukee Brewers, a big offensive day yesterday in Detroit, and a fantastic performance from the Milwaukee Brewers all around. Pitching side of things looked pretty good. They bounced back. I mean, unless you're a Jake Woodford guy. The NL Central, the only division right now with every team being above 500. However, the Brewers jumping out of fifth, now into fourth place as they currently sit at 13-9, still chasing the Cincinnati Reds 2.5 games up as they are 16-8. DL Hall becomes the 10th different starting pitcher used by the Brewers this season. That ties the most in Major League Baseball. And Brewers starters have a 2 ERA in the last 8 games, 45 innings pitched, 10 earned runs, 4 quality starts, and opponents hitting just 188 so far in those last 8 games. Coming up on the other side of things, we'll go over yesterday's game, hear from the manager, Pat Murphy, as well. David Hamilton, a big day. Blake Perkins robbed a homer. He talked about it a little bit as well. And we'll continue to get you guys ready for Brewers Tigers game number 2. A quick segment here when we start things in the middle of the show, and then when shows decide they can just go whenever they want, however long they want, it really throws off the whole rhythm of the next show. But that's fine. That's fine. We're all friends here at the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. More leadoff show coverage coming up next. Brewers Tigers game 2. Tommy Wortz live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you live in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Brewers lineup, in case you missed it quickly in the last segment there. Bryce Turang at second base, going to lead things off for the Crew. William Contreras catching today will bat second. Jake Bauers at first base will bat third. Gary Sanchez is the DH batting fourth. Garrett Mitchell will bat fifth, play center field. Brandon Lockridge in left field will bat sixth. Sal Frelick is in right field. He bats seventh today. David Hamilton at third base will bat eighth. Joey Ortiz rounds things out. He's the shortstop, batting ninth.
Did you miss the last game? Did you miss what was said after the last game? It's time to rewind. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
It was Kyle Harrison going up against Keter Montero. We'll jump ahead to the second inning. That's when the scoring started between Milwaukee and Detroit. It would be the Brewers to get on the board first. Garrett Mitchell legs out an infield single to the shortstop. Luis Rengifo works a full count walk. 6 pitches is what he saw. Then it brought up Sal Frelick. He would get things going for the Crew.
Frelick on the ground, right side through. They're going to send Mitchell around third. Here's the throw home, and it's cut off. The Brewers take the lead on a run-scoring single by Sal Frelick.
Highlights courtesy of Brewers TV. The Brewers were not done in the second. Pay the man, Bryce Turang up.
Turang busted bat flare, base hit. Another run scores. Here comes Frelick to the plate. The throw is cut off. Turang caught in a rundown. Hamilton, nobody's at second base. Now they're going to throw home. Hamilton slides, and he's out at home.
Yeah, unfortunately, gunned down David Hamilton, but 2 runs did come across on that RBI single from Bryce Turang. That would make things 3-0 in favor of Milwaukee. In the 4th inning, Kyle Harrison came out again for Milwaukee. However, he would not record another out after walking the first 2 men and a single. Grant Anderson would inherit the bases loaded with nobody out, got a double play to Javi Baez to make things 3-1, and then Kerry Carpenter struck out swinging. The Brewers lead 3-1 after 4. The 7th inning, the Brewers started adding on some more in this one. 2 outs to start things off. Rengifo and Frelick both fly out. David Hamilton would pick up a hit. He had 4 of them in the game. Blake Perkins drew a walk. Then Bryce Turang just continuing to hammer the baseball.
And Turang floats one into shallow left for a base hit. A run scores. Perkins to third. Turang delivers again, and he's got 3 runs batted in on the night.
And Bryce Turang had another one come across later on. More on that later. William Contreras was the next man up.
Contreras, and a line drive into the gap in left center. That's down. Another run scores. Turang ends up at third. An RBI single for Contreras.
Really, the highlights coming in the 8th inning. The Brewers were up 5-1 after 7. Some insurance coming in for something that has not happened since 2015. Back-to-back triples for Garrett Mitchell and Gary Sanchez.
Sanchez left center. On the run is Baez. It's over his head and off the wall, and Sanchez can run for a while. He's at second. He turns. He's trying for 3, and the big boy is in with a slide. It's a triple for Sanchez. And a line drive down the right field line. That could be another triple. Sanchez scores with ease. Mitchell around second. Headed for third, and he is there with a slide. Back-to-back triples for the Brewers.
They would continue to add on in that inning. Luis Rengifo got in on the action.
Rengifo, shallow right. Vierling can't get there. It falls. Mitchell scores. And for all the Rockets, Luis Rengifo gets one to fall finally.
I think that's when he turned around and looked in the dugout. He was like, you got to be kidding me.
Even Jake Bauers getting in on the action.
Line down the left field line. That's headed towards the corner. At least one will score. Turang is in. They'll hold Contreras. It's an RBI double for Bauers.
7 runs come across in that top of the 8th inning. The Brewers would win 12-4. They were leading 12-1 after 8. Jake Woodford came in, allowed a couple of garbage time runs. 12-4, the final. 13-9 on the season. The Brewers move to. Grant Anderson picks up his first win of 2026. Keeter Montero, 1-2 now on the year. He went 5 2/3. And Kyle Harrison, his final line looks like this: 3 innings of work, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks through 72 pitches, making sure everything was good after returning back from injury.
Who was the MVP of the last game for the Crew? Who stood out the most? Let's find out. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
I don't know how many times David Hamilton's going to have this opportunity, so if he spoke after the game, I'm going to set him up. MVP, 4 for 5 in the game. I know Terang had 4 runs driven in. Contreras had a couple of hits with 2 RBIs. But again, David Hamilton rose his batting average like 70 points yesterday based on his day. He is the MVP of the contest, and there he is with the Milwaukee Beat after the game.
Seen this version of the game a couple of times already where another team makes a mistake and you guys capitalize.
Yeah.
Is that inherent in certain teams, or is it a result of the skills, the speed, the on-base? What has led to those types of things?
I don't really know too much. I just feel like we feed off each other's momentum, feed off each other's good at-bats in front of us, and we can do that for the person behind us, and, we just keep it rolling.
4 hits are career high for you tonight. How bad do you think you need it on that like tonight, if at all?
Yeah, 4 hits anytime is good to have. Maybe some luck in there, but, I'm feeling better. Hopefully I can keep it going.
How did you like Gary's trip? Did you have that on your
That was awesome, man. No, I was hoping it went over the fence, but it was cool to see him leg that out.
What have you thought about playing with him? What have your impressions of him as a teammate?
Dude, he's awesome. Great teammate. Really funny. Just himself, having a vet like that on the team is really nice to have.
You played against him too in the past. Is he? He's such a big guy, and is he intimidating when you're playing against him? Is that fair to say, or what as an opposing player? How do you look at Gary Sanchez?
Look at it like a guy who can hit some bombs. I wouldn't say intimidating, but just definitely a presence in the box.
Yeah, presence is a good word, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys have been down a couple of hitters for the last couple of weeks here. Just what's the mindset in the room to try to keep things going when you aren't at full strength?
It's next man up until it's not. We'd love to have those guys for sure, but we're doing what we can right now with the guys we have, and hopefully they come back as soon as they can.
There is David Hamilton after the 4 for 5 day. The Brewers had 16 hits yesterday, all but Blake Perkins in the starting lineup picked up 1, including 2 for Terang, 2 for Contreras, 2 for Jake Bowers, 2 for Garrett Mitchell, and 4, like we just said, for David Hamilton. Bryce Terang now reaches base safely in the first 20 games of the season, just the 3rd Milwaukee Brewer to ever do that in franchise history. Ryan Braun, 28 games, Robin Yount, 23 games, and Bryce Terang on top of it, now among the MLB top 2 in the following categories for second baseman this year. He is 1st in walks. He is 1st in runs scored. He is 2nd in on-base percentage, slugging, and OPS, as well as 2nd in runs batted in. Terang off to a phenomenal start so far, not just as a second baseman, but as a ball player at this point. Coming up on the other side, top of the hour, we'll check in with our experts over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, get you guys a nice little parlay for the people. We'll take a look at the pitching matchup today, as it will be Casey Mize, who's had a phenomenal stretch so far as well for the Tigers. And, of course, get you some previews on DL Hall and Chad Patrick today with another opener happening for the Milwaukee Brewers. Another thing to note here, Gerardo Parra, Hector Gomez. That was the last time there were consecutive triples for the Milwaukee Brewers. That's the 11th time it's ever happened. Leadoff show right here on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back. Tommy Wortz here with you. Another half hour of pregame coverage. Brewers, Tigers. Game number 2. DL Hall going to open for Chad Patrick. Casey Mize on the bump for the Tigers. Lineup for your Milwaukee Brewers today. Bryce Terang at second base leads things off. William Contreras is catching, batting second. Jake Bauers at first base will bat third. Gary Sanchez, the DH, batting fourth. Garrett Mitchell in center field will bat fifth. Brandon Lockridge in left field will bat sixth. Sal Frelick in right field, batting seventh today. David Hamilton at third base will bat eighth. Joey Ortiz is your shortstop, rounding things out, batting ninth for the Crew.
Nobody likes them.
Craig Counsell returning to American Family Field.
We all want to see them lose.
It's not my job to tell people how to feel about something, or even to figure it out. Let people feel how they want to feel, and I'm good with that, and I think it doesn't have to be all positive.
It's time to eye up the enemy for today's game. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Eye on the enemy, taking a look at the pitching matchup today. Chad Patrick, not going to be the starter, but he will be making his 5th appearance on the season in the first man out of the bullpen role, as DL Hall will be the opener. DL Hall, 1 for 2. Riley Green is in his career. Spencer Torkelson is 0 for 2. Javi Baez 0 for 3. Jake Rogers 0 for 1. That's it. No one in the Detroit lineup has faced Chad Patrick. He last pitched on Wednesday. Patrick against Toronto had a no decision where he went 6 2/3, 3 hits, an earned run, 2 strikeouts, just 2 walks on 81 pitches. The team is 3-0 in starts by Chad Patrick. They are 3-1 in appearances, as the one time an opener happened the last go around. They did not get the victory. On the road in his career, Patrick 2 for 4 with a 3.92 ERA in 12 starts. He is 1-0 with 1 start this season. That was the Kansas City game in which there was the doubleheader during the day. As for Casey Mize, Bryce Terang is 2 for 2 in his career against him. William Contreras 0 for 3, Sanchez 0 for 2, Sal Frelick's 2 for 3, David Hamilton and Joey Ortiz each with a hit off of Casey Mize. 1-1 with a 2.78 ERA this year. Something to note about these Tigers starting pitchers, their entire rotation is top 30 in the American League. Maybe it's Major League Baseball. Is it Major League Baseball? There's no way that can be the right. Currently have all in the AL. Okay, I was about to say, yeah, it is the American League. That's what I wrote down. I had to double check. All starting pitchers in their rotation are top 30 in the American League in ERA. Skubal, he'll be on the bump tomorrow. He's got a 2.08. 2.78 is 15th, and that is Casey Mize. Framber Valdez, a 3.30. That is 25th. Jack Flaherty, old Cardinal. That is 3.47. He is 27th. And Keiter Montero, who they just saw yesterday, a 3.68. He is 30th. Casey Mize has allowed 1 or fewer earned runs in 3 of his 4 starts this season. Does not get much easier for this Brewers team. However, scoring first always seems to be an advantage for Milwaukee. They are 5-2 this year when they score first, where they are much closer to 500 at 8-7 when the opponent scores first in the game. And that number of 4 always seeming to be the magic number for Milwaukee. 11-2 this year when they score 4 runs in a game. 2-7 when they score 3 or less. As for available pitchers today, you would think for the Brewers, Grant Anderson, Aaron Ashby, Trevor McGill, and Jake Woodford all pitching yesterday. Anderson had earned the win, 2 innings of work, had a hit and a strikeout, stranded 2 of the 3 inherited runners he had in the 4th inning. Grant Anderson, opponents are hitting 183 against him, 7 for 43. He has a 2.7 ERA in his 12 games of work now. Ashby pitching for the first time since before Miami had a scoreless 7th inning, which he had 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. Trevor McGill, maybe the weirdest appearance of the day, as he pitched in the 6th inning yesterday. And I had something that I brought up here that I wanted to show you guys, or at least tell you guys, rather. Maybe the modern closer is dead in baseball. Now, there are some exceptions, right? You have your Chapmans, you have your Mason Millers, Devin Williams. Yikes. Yesterday, if you didn't see that, he blew a game. Mets have lost 12 in a row. But through 23 games, so through 23 games in Major League Baseball, like that's kind of the general of how many games people have played, 86 pitchers have recorded a save in Major League Baseball. In the last 4 years, 200 pitchers have recorded a save in each of those years in Major League Baseball. And that is a number that was never hit until this season. I believe the number was 130, had multiple saves during the season last year. So Trevor McGill moving out of that 9th inning and now becoming a 9th inning by committee based on matchups, not really unheard of, not just for the Brewers, but across Major League Baseball to this point. A lot of people thinking that it's a much more matchup-driven game at this point. And a couple other things to note. There's an uptick in pitchers throwing more changeups, more splitters this year. That is not something that Trevor McGill does throw, right? That has led to a 10% walk rate, 9.9 to be exact, across all of Major League Baseball. 1 in every 10 at-bats getting a walk, right? Walks are up 16%. Don't understand that math, right? But they're up 16% since last year. And that walk rate is the highest it's been since 1950. It's the 4th highest ever. 48, 49, and 50. And swing rate down now 1.4% across Major League Baseball. You got to think ABS playing a role in this. I know I'm not going to let it die on ABS right now. I just want you to know the impacts of the game with adding it to it. There is more walks. There is more offense. There is less swinging. Guys are going to be more patient at the plate, and that's been proving itself in these first 23 games. It's caused games to go up about 10 minutes, right around that number. I think it was like 236 to 244, so 8 minutes, but rounding up to 10. Not that I think it's at a bad state, just trying to notify you on what's been going on with the after effects. All right. Let's go to this next one here.
At the wall, looking up. See you later.
Let's get the latest on today's odds for the game. What's the best way to go? Let's check in with our expert from the Potawatomi Sportsbook to find out. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Betting odds courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Looking at the money line today, favors the Tigers, minus 132. Brewers at plus 108 today. If you want the Brewers at plus 1.5, you're going to get minus 205 on that money. Over under set at 8 today. I thought the number was way too high. The under was looking good. And then the Brewers in the 8th inning just decided to put up 7 runs during that one. So we'll build a nice little parlay for the people to get everyone acclimated with how this Potawatomi Sportsbook parlay works. First of all, if you want, you should be going to the Potawatomi Sportsbook website, go under that Sportsbook tab, and then it's going to get you right over to the online wagers here. Brewers, we're going to put them in the parlay, plus 108, plus money already. That's great. We're going to go to the pitcher props. Can we go to the pitcher props? It's not going to be good because of the starting pitcher matchup. Okay, let's go to total bases because we did hits yesterday. I'm putting Garrett Mitchell over 1.5 total bases. Guy is on fire to start this season. He has an on-base percentage of over 400. He also has the highest BABIP. All right, you guys know that stat, BABIP? That is batting average on balls in play. So whenever he puts the ball in play, the result of it being a hit. Now, he strikes out a decent amount, but he's batting .519 if he makes contact with the ball. There's over a 50% chance that Garrett Mitchell's getting a hit whenever he puts the ball in play. Had a triple yesterday in the contest. We're going to throw him in the parlay. And then Let's see what else will be another good one here. How about stolen bases? Can we do one? Oh, it's Brandon Lockridge over. I love it. Let's throw it in there. Okay. A nice little, you can't make a parlay out of it. All right, that's fine. We'll do it this way then. And we'll go with runs batted in, and we'll throw Gary Sanchez in there. Okay, perfect. Great. Brewers money line over 1.5 total bases for Garrett Mitchell, and over a half an RBI for Gary Sanchez. That'll pay plus 850, courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook. And they just do all the math for you on that little calculator there. You just click. You can get carried away, make a crazy parlay. Anyway, what you guys should be using the Potawatomi Sportsbook for, not only for all your sports wagering here in the state of Wisconsin, use their shuttles. Shuttles are amazing. They take you to and from American Family Field for every Brewers home game this season. All you got to do, place a $5 wager on any same day wager. So for instance, if you threw $5 on our parlay today, you could win $42.50. It is the only shuttle that is offering a chance to pay you to take it. If you guys aren't really into the sports wagering part of things, go there, get a drink. Go there, get something to eat. They'll still give you a wristband to take that shuttle. You'll go to American Family Field. They'll bring you back from American Family Field. There's not really a better place to end the night after a Brewers victory than the Potawatomi Sportsbook. One more time, our parlay for the people. Brewers money line, Garrett Mitchell to record over 1.5 total bases. Gary Sanchez to record an RBI. That'll pay plus 850, courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
The key to building a winner in baseball is a strong minor league system. Who are the names we should know? How did they play in their last game? It's time for Building a Winner. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Yes, time for another Building a Winner feature right here on the leadoff show. Taking a look around the minor leagues from a day ago. And hey, they went undefeated yesterday, 4-0 for the Brewers minor league affiliates. And there are some names to keep you guys updated on. We've been talking about them all season long, and some great performances from some top prospects for the Milwaukee Brewers. Let's start with AAA.
Nashville Sounds.
Nashville yesterday wins 5-1 over the Charlotte Knights. That is the AAA affiliate of the Chicago White Sox. And before we talk about yesterday, again, if you missed it from earlier in the show, Quinn Priester scheduled to begin a rehab assignment tonight with AAA Nashville, as Priester is currently on the 15-day IL with that right thoracic outlet syndrome. Expected 45 pitches, 3 innings, somewhere around there. That's kind of the timeline for Quinn Priester today for the Sounds. Yesterday, however, Jefferson Caro, a homer, a double, and he had another hit earlier in the ballgame as well. He went 3 for 4. Logan Henderson, 3 1/3, 4 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. And Luis Lara blasted his 3rd home run of the season with AAA Nashville. 3 home runs in 20 games with the Sounds. Now, Lara has already surpassed his 2 home runs in 136 games in AA Biloxi last year, and just 1 short of his career high of 4 with Class A Wisconsin in 2024. Luis Lara leads the International League in runs scored, ranks among the league leaders in stolen bases, where he is 3rd. Hits, he is 4th. Batting average, he is 5th. And on-base percentage, he is tied for 8th. He's batting .356 with a .460 on-base percentage this season. Let's get over to Biloxi.
Biloxi Shuckers.
The Shuckers yesterday, they won 7-3 over the Rocket City Trash Pandas, one of the best names out there. That is the Angels AA affiliate. Blake Burke has reached safely in all 16 of his AA Biloxi games after going 2 for 4 with 2 doubles and an RBI, a walk in the 7-3 victory. Burke leads the Southern League in homers. He has 7 of them. Total bases, which is 42. And he's tied for the league lead in extra base hits, 3rd in runs driven in, 4th in runs, 5th in slugging, 5th in on-base OPS, which is 1,000 right now. He's also tied for 5th in stolen bases. He has 8 during that stretch. Dylan O'Ray went 2 for 5 with a double, extended his on-base streak to 15 games for Biloxi. He has reached base safely in each game. He has had a plate appearance this season. He's hitting .362, slugging .517. He's on base at a .472 clip as well. His .362 batting average ranks second in the Southern League, only behind Wade Meckler, who is playing Rocket City as well right now. Heading on over to the hometown team,
Wisconsin Timber Rattlers.
the T-Rats. Braylon Payne, 2 for 4 with a homer. Eric Batanti, 2 for 3 with a home run in the game. And Marco Dinges had a couple of walks and went 1 for 1 with 2 runs driven in that one. They won 8-2 over Fort Wayne. That is San Diego's High A affiliate. They are in second place, as well as the Shuckers are also in second place in their division of the respective Midwest League. And now the Wilson Warbirds, to update you, we're watching just a couple of guys there, as they're a little bit of ways away still. Comp pick, first rounder last year, Brady Abel, 2 for 4 with a double, an RBI, and everyone's favorite, Jaden Fielder, 1 for 3, had an RBI and a run scored as well. Wow, we are firing today on the leadoff show right now as we are getting you guys ready for Brewers Tigers game number 2. Still got to get to our keys to the game, how we always conclude things on the leadoff show. Some new notable names from yesterday to bring up again. Gary Sanchez, his 4th career triple yesterday. He's tied for the team lead with 5 homers on the year and needs just 6 of them to get to 200 in his major league career. Bryce Terang tied now with Garrett Mitchell, 18 runs driven in after the 4 RBI performance yesterday. And David Hamilton, 4 hits, a new career high against Detroit. One of them was off a position player, but Joey Ortiz did strike out against Jake Rogers. Not a great look for Joey. All my Joey stands out there. Make sure you guys go to bat for him when you need him to. Let's get on to the other side of this break here, and then we'll get you some good breakdown on what the Brewers need to do today to secure a series victory. How all in should they be today with Skubal on the bump tomorrow for Detroit? We're talking about that next, right here on the leadoff show from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to the leadoff show. One more segment here, getting you ready for Brewers Tigers. Game number 2 from Comerica Park, as it'll be DL Hall opening. Chad Patrick, the first man out, going up against Casey Mize of the Detroit Tigers. Lineups one last time today for Detroit. Kevin McGonigal at third base will lead off. Gleyber Torres at second will bat second. Jahmai Jones, the DH, will bat third. Riley Green in left field bats fourth today. Spencer Torkelson at first base will bat fifth. Wenzel Perez is the center fielder, batting sixth. Kerry Carpenter in right field, batting seventh. Javier Baez at shortstop will bat eighth. Jake Rogers is catching. He bats ninth. Now, for the Crew, Bryce Terang at second base will lead off. William Contreras is catching, batting second. Jake Bowers at first base, bats third. Gary Sanchez, the DH, in the cleanup spot today. Garrett Mitchell is in center field, batting fifth. Brandon Lockridge in left field, bats sixth. Sal Frelick in right field will bat seventh. David Hamilton at third base, batting eighth, rounding things out. The shortstop, Joey Ortiz.
How does the Crew win today's game? Who needs to step up? Let's find out with the keys to the game. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Keys to the game, how we always wrap things up here on the leadoff show. Brewers, all it is keeping the bats hot. You just hope that they did not use it all yesterday. 12-4, 16 hits, multi-hit games from a plethora of players, including David Hamilton with 4 of them. Garrett Mitchell had 2 hits. Jake Bowers, Bryce Terang, William Contreras, all with multi-hit performances yesterday. Save some for today, right? Then I want to talk about this opener situation because the Brewers are 0-1 in games with an opener this year, where Aaron Ashby came in that Washington game. DL Hall needs to have his clean opener. If they're going to do this, and I got Aaron saying right here, why don't we start our pitchers in the 4th or 5th inning? Then they can just get the save and the win. Well, I think it was sarcastic. Maybe there was a little bit of seriousness to it. But regardless, DL Hall needs to be clean at that point. And if they were going to do that, yeah, why not just have front load it all, right? Okay, well, we'll throw McGill in the 2nd, Uribe in the 3rd, and all of it. No. It's all about DL Hall having this clean first time around the order. I can't imagine he goes much farther than that. Kerry Carpenter is batting 7th today. Javi Baez and Jake Rogers are the 8 and 9 guys. Probably going to be one time through the order for DL Hall, but it's got to be clean because the last time Aaron Ashby did it, it was not. And I'm really sick of it always being on Chad Patrick's turn. I really am. I just want to see Chad Patrick. I think he's a beast. I think he can be that guy for this team. He's got an ERA under 1 so far this season, and he is so crucial, especially when a guy like Quinn Priester is out. Now, when Priester comes back, I assume Brandon Sproat is the guy who's going to be the odd man out. Maybe has to go down to the minors or maybe figure things out in the bullpen. But I'm really not. It's not like I'm out. I feel like I'm not out of the woods on his Chad Patrick is going to get the short end of the stick yet again right now. I don't know what more he needs to prove, but Chad Patrick throws heavy cutter, heavy fastball, heavy sinker. Keys to the game, clean from DL Hall. Chad Patrick keeps doing what he is doing as he has all season long. That's going to do it for us here at the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. After the last pitch, make the switch. Don't forget Potawatomi Sportsbook post-game show with Tim Allen and myself as we'll go live at 8:30 today, breaking down all things Game 2, Brewers-Tigers from Comerica Park. And we will also preview a little bit into Game 3, Tariq Skubal on the bump. The other thing, I would be very liberal with the bullpen today because Skubal tomorrow. I'm terrified. Let's just call it how it is. Terrified for this Brewers offense to face Tarek Skubal. Go after it today. Pull out all the strings. Whatever you need to do. Win tonight feels very important. Potawatomi Sportsbook post game show 8:30 tonight with Tim Allen and myself. Tomorrow be at Explorium Brew Pub. If you guys want to come hang out and watch the leadoff show live tomorrow, I'll be there at 11 o'clock as we'll get you guys ready for game number 3. And that'll be Brandon Sproat going up against Tariq Skubal. So come on down. We're going to have Smile Milwaukee shirts, Tim Allen's famous saying. We're going to have those down there to give away while supplies last. So make sure you guys get down there early. If you want to grab a nice little shirt to commemorate this Brewers 2026 season, championship season, as our guy Tim Allen would say. So Explorium Brew Pub tomorrow, 11 o'clock. I'll be there live. I got a bunch of those dates this year too. I'll be there plenty of times. If you can't come tomorrow, then make sure you guys make it there eventually. From the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook, my name is Tommy Wortz. Been here with you for the last hour. Brewers, Tigers, game 2. That's coming up next. One more thing before you go. Don't forget, send them home.